needs based on data. And so we talked a lot about how this process, this process is being worked on in a couple different areas in the MDE right now, and trying to put together kind of one process that everybody can really use well, with good examples and good modeling of how to do this process well. We talked about a little disconnect in the form of, whether there's sequence of the forms is there's goals, and then it talks about the needs assessment. Some people think it should be flipped, but then others think you really should just set your goals and then really dig deeper into your needs assessment and figure out how you're going to reach those goals. So coming to some common language about that, it seems to be important. Some of the takeaways, one of the graphs you saw, there was an other that was like 80% of what was being looked at, and really breaking down that other to see what is in there could be a helpful thing. The main part of our conversation, though, really was in when we think about needs assessment, we really often focus on that student data because our goals are often student achievement goals. But what about the adult behavior and what's going on there? When Corey talked about how reading and math are not a need. What is the need? It's more about changing adult behavior so that we can help the students best. And how do we measure that? And I never saw the word fidelity in any of the stuff that we were looking at. It's just not a word that we use a lot in education, but what's the fidelity of what these adults are doing to help the students? So coming to some conclusion from a needs assessment, looking at data, adult behavior data, about core instruction and what's going on there, so that we can actually look at what their real needs are that we can have control over and change to help the students. It's kind of missing, and we need that process in place. In some ways for adults to look at that, because we don't collect that data as well as we do student data. Anything else anybody wants to add?
You only get what you ask for.
That's right.
Yeah.